this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Work by Iggy Azalea on the piano. And it starts out with this cool little right hand melody where you can play a D note, and then an E note, and then a B note, and then an A note. And if you wanted to, you could even kind of back that up with some basses, kind of a G and a D together, and then an E and an E together, and then a B and a B together. And then you may want to do a D and an A kind of at the same time. So we got G and D, E and E, B and B, and then D and A. And later on you'll kind of hear that get elaborated a little bit, where you could kind of play the G in the left hand, and then play an A and a G in the right hand. And then we play an E in the left, F sharp and E in the right, and then a B in the left, and then F sharp and E in the right, and then a D in the left, and then a C and a D in the right. So if you want to kind of follow that melody, kind of that G, A, G, E, F sharp, E, B, F sharp, E, D, C, D, G, A, G, E, F sharp, E, B, F sharp, E, D, C, D. Or you could back it up with chords by starting on a G major chord, a G, B, D in the right hand, and kind of following a G note in the left. So I'm kind of doing bass note in my left hand, right hand's kind of playing root 3, 5 for the chord, so G major. And then from the G we go to an E minor chord, kind of an E and a G and a B all together. And then from the E minor we'd be going to a B minor chord, kind of a B and a D and a F sharp all together. And then from there we'd be going to a D major chord, kind of playing a D and a F sharp and an A. And if that's new for you, you may just want to kind of try and block through it. Kind of G major, E minor, B minor, D major, G major, E minor, B minor, D major. Or there's a couple different ways you could kind of support your voice through the song. Actually, even kind of a together, right, right, right could be kind of a cool way to kind of mark those 4 beats in the song. B minor, right, 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 D major together, right, right, right. Or there might be times where you want to kind of double time that idea. Together, right, 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 B minor, D major. Or something else that I like to do a lot of times, I'll go together, right, right, together, right, right, together, right. If you kind of dig on that. It's like kind of a 3 plus 3 plus 2 idea. Kind of G, 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 E minor, B minor, D major, G, E minor, B minor, D. Or one of my favorite count patterns for piano is together, right, left, right, right, which you could kind of get to work too. So you'd have together, right, left, right, right, 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 G together, right, left, right, right, E minor, B minor, D major. Or something else that can be kind of cool is working little arpeggios or broken chords through the song. And you could even just think of this as kind of a left to right idea, kind of left hand, right hand through the chord, and kind of just break up the chord a little bit. So that might be kind of a cool idea to play around with too, just kind of breaking up the chord different ways even, while that chord's going on in the song. Might be kind of a cool idea to break it up. Or all of these chords are kind of coming out of a G major scale, kind of a G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G idea for the scale. And there's an idea that I like playing around with called freeform, where you kind of play the bass note, mess around in the scale, play a bass note for the chord, scale, bass note for the chord, bass note for the chord, kind of alternating between that. So it's almost kind of like you're supporting your bass note and giving yourself some room to kind of play around with the chord and the scale. Or you can mix that up with arpeggios. So you may want to experiment with that and kind of find a way that works for you. And it will be basically repeating that progression until we get to our main chorus part, where you kind of hear things stop on a G chord, kind of a big G hit, and then another G hit, and then another G hit, and then another G hit, and then you'll kind of hear the bass line kind of come in with 3 basses for the chord. You may want to do kind of together, left, left, together, left, left, together, left, left, together, left, left, and then you may want to pick it up on our comp pattern to kind of work it through that on the G. And we have a lot of that G big build up until you'll kind of hear that verse part come back, kind of that. Kind of working that main melody, or you could do arpeggios. Or you may want to try some of the freeform. So you want to kind of experiment with that. And then we'll basically be repeating that progression until we get to another chorus where we got kind of our G breaks again. And you may want to kind of play around with that, or you might even work arpeggios on that. Or freeform on that, actually, especially if you're playing it out yourself. It might be kind of cool just to work that bass note. And just experiment in the scale. But you may want to pick it back up on the comp pattern. Or the together, right, left, right, right. Until we get back to kind of our outro, which is kind of our intro part coming back. And you may want to kind of even go back to that 2-part idea. E, B and B, D and A, G, A, G, E, F sharp, E, B, F sharp, E, B, C, D. Or you could just work that as kind of that chord idea if you kind of dig on that. That makes it a little bit easier for you to kind of play around with too. But that's the basics of how you could play piano to Work by Iggy Azalea. So good luck.